I am an avid hunter, outdoorsman, and was on a hunting safari when I had a terrifying experience in the bush in South Africa, near Kruger National Park. My wife, while she doesn't hunt, wanted to tag along with her camera and take photos of everything. We also had a professional guide with us. So, we were in a jeep driving bouncing down a dirt road through a concession, a large tract of land on which you can hunt. We were scanning the hills, mountains on either side of the road for eland, kudu. It was approaching dusk, and we maybe had an hour and a half of good light left in which to hunt. The time of day will play a part in this tale. We spotted some kudu about 300 to 350 yards out, so we stopped the jeep and set out to get a closer look. I was armed with my .300 Winchester Magnum, my wife with her Nikon, and the guide with his wits. We set off after the kudu through the brush, a tangle of thorn bushes and small trees and sand. After methodically advancing on our targets for about 30 minutes, I had a shot and took it. The kudu was down and I was excited. This is where things went bad in a hurry. The area we were in is known for a very aggressive lion population. The lions become exponentially more aggressive at night, particularly if there is wounded game about, blood in the air. Night closing in, check. Wounded game, check. Underarmed humans in the middle of it, check. The guide and myself are feverishly field dressing the kudu as sky begins to turn pink, purple with the sun nearly beginning to disappear below the horizon. We hear the first roar. My wife and I share a nervous look and turn our heads to the guide for reassurance. He's a ways off, but quickly now, was his only comment as he continued to prepare the kudu without so much as a glance in our direction. A second roar. This time it seemed much closer. The guide shot upright like a bolt and began scanning the surrounding hills in the direction of the noise. He explained that the roar didn't mean that lions were coming for us, because if they were they would stalk up through the brush unannounced. It is hard to catch game while screaming. It does mean that there are lions close, though, and we need to leave, now. We left the kudu and started back. The was tense, silent and constantly directing his weathered gaze all around us. Lions. 3 I think, he whispered to us about 5 minutes into the walk, pointing 2 fingers out towards where he spotted them. I couldn't see anything, and it was getting quite dark. We need to move. My wife was close to tears, and my heart was pounding and my stomach was cold. The guide whispered some instructions into his walkie for whoever was listening back at camp, and we hurried back the way we came. Our guide scrambled up on a boulder to get a better look and indicated that the lions he had spotted were feeding on the kudu. That gave me some comfort, but as we continued picking our way towards the jeep and night set in, the male's roars were increasing in frequency and my nerves were frayed. The guide stopped abruptly. More. Not sure how many, he stated, pointing in front of us this time. The lions were between us and our car, and I could make out some faint, moving shapes in the brush that were almost indistinguishable from the surroundings in the fading light. Fire a shot, he instructed. I did, and we cautiously advanced, not knowing exactly where the lions were lurking and unable to deviate too far from our course due to the rapidly increasing darkness. Suddenly in the distance, we heard an engine gunning and a car horn blaring. A second guide from camp was tearing across the bush with lights ablaze in our direction. We waved our flashlights at him and he drove right up to us and we piled in. The next day, we went back and our guide told us just how much trouble we were in as he pointed out the tracks of about 6 lions not more than 40 yards from where we were rescued.